Alright, welcome back to another anime review. This time the show will be The Angel Next Door Supposed to Be Rotten, Season 2, Episode 6. Yes, this episode is full of some good old family drama. You love to see it. Alright, so this episode starts off with Amane returning to his apartment complex with some groceries, where he sees like a blonde haired dude that looks like Mihiru sitting out front. So he's not sure that that's her father, but he kind of sees a resemblance. So he intentionally bumps into him so he could drop his groceries so he could talk to him. And then he's at that point, then he's kind of like more sure because like he looked at his eyes and said that, oh, he had the same eyes as Mahiru as well. So anyway, Amane, he goes into the apartment where he runs into Mahiru, who's waiting for him because apparently he texted her telling that he was going to come back with groceries. So she showed up to help him out, carry the bags and all that. So he eventually tells her that, oh, I think I just bumped to your father, and she's all like, I don't think so, because like her parents always ignored her and they never wanted anything to do with her. And as far as Mahiru's concerned, she doesn't want anything to do with them either. So the next day, Amane, he's at a restaurant with Isiki. So like while they're eating, like he's like looking like he's like something's bothering him. So Isiki asks like what's going on, can he help him out and all that. So Amane asks for advice to figure out a way to help Mahiru. And Isiki's like, wait, what he takes from is that like it seems like her father is trying to get back into his life. Maybe he regrets what he did. Maybe he's probably come around trying to be a father again. So one day Amane returns home and he finds a letter in his mailbox. And I'm like, it's addressed to him, and apparently like her father figured out who he was. So I'm like, yo, did her father like hire like a private investigator or something? Like they didn't really explain that, but I guess I'll run with it. So Amane tells Mahiru about the letter, and he reads it and sits next to her, and he finds out that the father just wants to meet with him just to talk to him. And Mahiru, she doesn't really care because like I said, she doesn't really want anything to do with her parents anymore. So Amane meets up with Mihiru's father at a restaurant. Now this part kind of reminds me of Toradora with that one episode when Taiga's father came back, tried to get back into his life. So like Amane, he asks her father like, hey, like why are you trying to get back into her life right now and all that. And to me it seemed like the father actually regrets the way he treated her in the past. Like it feel like he actually trying to do right by her right now. And the father asked him two questions, but the question that stuck out for me was when he asked Amane like, is his daughter happy? So then Amane had all these flashbacks to her smile, and then he tells him that you have to ask her that yourself. So eventually Amane gets back to his apartment where he finds Mahiru waiting for him on the couch. So he talks to her and tells her that her father's not going to try to interrupt her life because her father said that he doesn't feel like he deserves to be her parent anymore. Yeah, so her father seemed really regretful. So Mahiru started talking about like when she was a kid, she used to always try to reach out to her parents to try to get their attention, but they always ignored her, so eventually she stopped reaching out. But with that being said, like I feel like Mahiru might try to get back in touch with her father or try to get a connection with him, because it seemed like she don't hate her family or her parents. It seemed like she just wants some actual parents that actually care about her. Well, so her father coming back kind of upsets her, so she asks to spend the night at Amane's place. So the next day come around, Amane wakes up and he finds that Mahiru was making breakfast for him, and she's looking better, like she got over what she was dealing with. And that's basically how the episode ended. Yeah, so it was a good episode. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the drama because like the last couple episodes they were just flirting back and forth, like they were flirting everywhere. So like the added drama kind of helped this episode out for me. Well, anyway, that's my review. So if you liked this episode or didn't like this episode, leave a comment. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. And if you enjoy my content, what do you think about subscribing? I appreciate it. Anyway, that's all. Take care.